What's up, everyone? Bret Wallace, your Fort Bend, Texas Realtor. Wanted to talk to you today for a second and do this quick vlog on how to effectively clean and disinfect your home during the coronavirus pandemic. And it can live on beyond this when there's a bad flu season, anything germ related. So first question, is there a difference between cleaning and disinfecting? Okay, so give you an example. There was something on my face, I cleaned it off. That's not doing anything with germs, okay? So disinfecting involves the use of chemicals to kill germs. That's why on, Clorox wipes or anything, it says 99.99% kills germs, right? So we have to use chemicals to kill germs, not just dusting, okay? So, the CDC recommends that the use of EPA-registered disinfectants to effectively get rid of pathogens, specifically the coronavirus for this vlog, okay? So remember, the CDC, use EPA-registered disinfectants. So, okay, what do you start with? Well, let's start with high-touch surface areas first in your home, okay? The coronavirus, they say, can last, I've heard a whole bunch of different things, but let's just say it can last for a day. It can last for hours on certain surfaces, longer on others. They say for in the air or on cardboard or copper, 3-4 hours. But then when you start talking about plastics and stainless steel surfaces, it can be up to 3 days from what we're hearing. So just assume that it can stay around for a while, depending on the surface. So, your doorknobs, your light switches, tabletops, chairs, kitchen counters. Kitchen counters? I'm always touching my kitchen counter. That's the center part of the home. Faucets, toilet seats, handles, TV remote controls. I was watching something on the Discovery Channel or whatever, I forget what show it was years ago, and they said, what device, everyone thinks your kitchen sink or your toilet's the most dirty. Remote controls, right? And they did like a blue light or one of those things, and like the amount of, it was crazy. So remote controls, game controllers, that new PS5 you just got for Christmas, wipe it down, okay, with something EPA approved, a chemical. So we've always been hearing about sanitizer. If it doesn't have 70% alcohol, it's not doing work, right? So again, in the case of household disinfectants, the CDC does recommend alcohol solutions with 70% alcohol. Another thing, when you see all the Clorox wipe and all the shelves empty, bleach is a little bit more prevalent, and you can sometimes find bleach at places you would. I find bleach sometimes at Lowe's. Again, with bleach, I'm not going to go through the exact mixture, but you can use a 1/3 cup of bleach with a gallon of room temperature water, and it stays good for like a day. And you can use that to disinfect. So that's a cheap, quick, easy, much more accessible than the Clorox wipes that are just flying off the shelves. That's a way to get it done. And bleach is, like I said, you probably have some in your utility room or your garage. So that's an easy solution to not being able to find Clorox wipes. So how to clean and disinfect soft, porous, or surfaces at home, like carpets, rugs, drapes. Obviously, you want to remove, clean any debris, dust, things that are visible. You want to use appropriate cleaners, follow the manufacturer instructions, and then if possible, you want to use the warmest appropriate water setting and let them dry completely. So another thing, obviously, like at the height of the coronavirus pandemic, my wife would like hose me down at the door. She's like, you wore that to Costco, take off your clothes outside. I'm like, honey, we got neighbors, So I got down to my boxers, right? That's the best you're going to get, honey. I'm not 24 anymore, so I don't want to show a lot of this off, believe it or not. So we would keep any outside clothes separate. I would not put my laundry in the laundry room because one person was trying to make all the errands and trips, and since I'm doing real estate, an essential worker, or at least that's what we were deemed, so I didn't do it, right? Don't get mad. But I was kind of doing the shoppings, running of errands, going to get this pharmacy and working. So I would definitely keep my laundry separate. That's always best practices. And if anyone has been sick, obviously keep their laundry separate, do their laundry separate. And if you want to go to the extreme of wearing gloves, also I forgot to mention, when cleaning, always think about gloves, wearing latex gloves, disposable, Also, ventilation. If you need to open a window, if something's very pungent or strong or has a lot of chemical, you don't want to be inhaling that. So make sure that there's proper ventilation. And then if you're spraying a hard surface with a stream, or there's any potential splash effect with whatever you're doing, wear protective eye, wear glasses or something, goggles, something protecting your eyes. You don't want chemicals in your eyes. So best practices. We know all these things from chemistry class and in high school and stuff like that. So back to laundry. You always want to use the warmest setting possible. You want to use gloves if possible, especially when loading in the dirty clothes. So just these are some best practices, not only for the coronavirus pandemic, but in perpetuity. Germs are never going to go away. We can have a flu season. Sometimes 60, 70, 80,000 people die a year in flu season. A lot of them have underlying health conditions, but hey, the flu is the trigger and sometimes is the straw that breaks the camel's back. So hey, let's just be more aware of these things. I know that I was never that aware of these things. So if there's one blessing about the coronavirus pandemic, maybe it's that we're a little more conscious about hygiene, about germs, about disinfecting, about cleanliness, touching our face. Look what I just did. I didn't see. Okay, I'm not going to edit it. You needed to see that. But see, at least I'm aware of it. I would have never even thought about that a year ago. So, touching a face, always sanitizing, washing hands, best practices. So in recap, how to safely and effectively disinfect your home. Step 1, check that your product is EPA approved. Okay. Step 2, read the directions. Okay. Or turn on a YouTube video if you have to, right? Or call me, right? Step 3, pre-clean the surface. Remove any debris, do soap and water. Start with a semi-clean surface. It's easier that way. So you're not just wiping around junk and with mixed in with chemicals. Pre-clean it. Step 4, follow the contact time. If something says that something should remain wet for 60 seconds or 2 minutes and then wipe it up, let it do its work. Step 5, wear gloves and wash your hands. That's important. Wear gloves and wash your hands. Step 6, I know I have an 18-month-old son, so this is a big one. Lock it up. Keep lids tightly closed and out of the reach of children. And those are some of the best practices to keep your home clean and disinfected. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. And if you guys want to talk about anything, I'm not an expert in this by any means, but it does make sense. And hey, I learned by putting out this blog and doing this vlog. So I mean, let's just keep it top of mind. And if there's anything Fort Bend County or coronavirus related, if you just want to shoot the breeze with me, my cell phone number is on my website, and my email, of course, is on there. You can reach out to me through the website. But thank you so much for watching this video, and let's have a great 2021. And again, thank you guys so much for everything and your rapt attention. And I'll be putting out a lot more content and vlogs. Thank you so much.